It all started on an island in Hawaii. This is a 6-year-old girl named Haley Lopez who grew up with her older sister Tiffany, her little brother Rob, her mommy Lisa, and her daddy Peter. Peter was a fisherman. He caught fish and sold them for a living, and sometimes he'd bring fish home for a family dinner. That sounds gross. But one day, he was out to catch some fish until a bad storm came out of nowhere and caused some kind of tragedy on the boat. He ended up falling off the boat and drowning. The Lopez family was devastated. Nobody was happy anymore. Three years later, Lisa decided it was best to get a fresh start somewhere else. The Lopez family was moving to California. Everyone was happy in their new home. Haley loved to bake all sorts of cakes and treats with her mom. Together they would bake cakes, muffins, cookies, and Haley would get better and better. Tiffany loved to dress up, and sometimes she would play dress up with Haley. Rob was always enjoying the outdoors. He really liked to skateboard. One day, while skateboarding, Rob ran into another boy also riding a skateboard. His name was Darren Lewis. Rob and Darren quickly became friends and had lots of playdates. They were buddies for life. That was until middle school started, and because they didn't go to the same one, they drifted apart. So they kinda weren't friends anymore. Then, 5 years later, Haley started high school. The worst part ever. She was bullied by two meanies named Lena and Ella for no reason. Mommy told me that she would brush them off. She's really good at that. Even though it would make her cry when she's alone, but Tiffany was always there for her. It wasn't long until others saw how talented she was when it came to baking competitions. She won all of them. And that's when she made her first friends. They were Australian twins named Sage and Sadie. So Haley survived freshman year. Next was sophomore year.
Sophomore. It's sophomore year, Zoe.
Oh. So next was sophomore year. She was going about her normal, boring school day until this handsome boy asked her for some help with his math assignment. Ooh la la. She helped him to get better with math, and then they started to hang out more and more and get closer and closer. Her feelings for this boy started to get stronger, and one day after school, she decided to admit her crush on him. Right after that, they kissed. Ew! They were finally a thing, and they survived sophomore year. Next was junior year. Rob was in the middle of his sophomore year when he ran into another boy. And to his surprise, it was Darren. From that day, they never drifted apart. They were best buddies all over again. And all this time, Mama had been dating Rob's childhood bestie. Tiffany's senior year was going great too. She found her first love named Tom. This all lasted until the end of high school. After school, Tiffany decided not to go to college and start her own business in the fashion world instead. Years later, she got married to Tom and had 2 twins named Mikey and Trina. 8 years later, she was pregnant with another baby girl. But while she was pregnant, Tom was being a bad husband, so they got divorced. But back to Mama. She had a strong interest in baking, so when she was 18 years old, she joined her first baking competition that could win her $20,000. She baked a cake called Starlight and won second place. Mama was so good. She got even better when she was 19 and baked the best cake in the world that she calls Pink Passion. And she won first place at a big competition that made her rich. So, she opened her own cafe and finally got married to her boyfriend, and they had the cutest baby ever, and that was me. Once Aunt Tiffany gave birth to her second baby girl named Tony, she opened her own clothing store called Cotton Palace. So that's really it for our family story. To this day, my mama still bakes, my daddy is a lab doctor and lives somewhere in New York. And Tiffany designs all her clothes and is the best designer in Redwood City. Her kids are all grown up too. Mikey and Trina are 15 and my cousin Tony is 7. And my favorite Uncle Rob is a fitness instructor and Santa Claus.
Zoe, Uncle Rob lives in Santa Cruz.
Why didn't you just tell the story?
'Cause I do too much.
You do nothing but yell at me. That sounds easy to me.
Somebody turn the camera off.